bing, bing. Yes, so here we are. It's local support. So the idea with the kickoffs is possibly in alternate weeks. You know, one week we're just doing troubleshooting. The next week we're trying to assign stories and so on. We've got, I know some people who come before, like Stella, is maybe can't make this time, and so maybe we're going to need to move the time again. We will see. But great to have everybody here. So apologies to Elena. We were just in the previous Scrum, and we've had to move into this one where she was starting to show us some things related to what she's working on. In the future, we'll have a better Hangouts, the way you can just sort of stop and start recordings, but we have to move to a new Hangout to get a new recording. It's kind of annoying, but there we go. Maybe let's, rather than diving into one thing, let's maybe just get a little list of anything that people are stuck on or they need help with in order to move forward. And then we can make sure that everybody gets their needs addressed, needs addressed, because, you know, it's important everyone has their needs addressed. So yeah, for me in local support, I'll just mention my news. So I've got the client meeting tomorrow. I'm hoping to get approval for Zmago's feature and a couple of other features and deliver those and then push that out to production. I can see that Stella's PR is kind of ready. Was hoping to talk to her about that and some minor technical points that are actually maybe relevant for everybody working on the project. So I'll just put that into there for myself or something. Yeah, those are kind of the key things from me. I could go into some of those in more detail. Let's just go in. Sigu, how are things going with you? I know you're really busy. Maybe you haven't had time to work on the project recently.
Yeah, so that's a problem. Not enough time to work on this project currently. So yeah, I'm just checking in to see what's going on. So unfortunately on my side, nothing really.
No problem at all. And that's absolutely fine. Everybody's always welcome, however much or little has been done. Let's go on to Ray. I know you've been busy. You've closed some pull requests. How are things going with you?
Yeah, not too bad. I think there's one still task that I'm working on, just essentially a refactoring chore. But I've taken too much on right now, and so I had to clear some things this week. So I've been extremely distracted. I haven't had much time to work on anything in particular. The other thing that I was looking for is ideally someone to pair up with for doing a pair programming session.
Sure.
That'd be ideal. And essentially anything else other than the refactoring task I can be working on. It'd be nice to be working on a feature or something, but I can understand if there's not enough things available there.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, I think we could probably get you hooked up. I think it's fantastic that you started on the refactoring ones, but yes, once you've been knocking them off, and yeah, time to move on to some other things. So there's bugs and features.
When I closed out when I closed those pull requests, I added the notes on the refactoring the strong params thing into the pivotal tracker.
Right.
So that's still there. If someone else has the same thought later, hopefully they'll see that and realize it's not quite as simple as we're thinking.
Excellent. Yes, leaving the data trail. Fantastic. Okay, great, excellent. Let's just check in as well with Ben there. Yeah, Ben, how are things going with you?
Okay, I mean, nothing really blocking. I was working with Elena yesterday.
Yeah, right.
We're going to pair tomorrow. So, I mean, I'm just getting familiar with the code base and seeing and trying to remember some Rails.
Oh, right. Excellent. No, then that's all good. That's all good. And yeah, and so I guess Elena, you'd already mentioned in the previous Scrum the things for you were working on this. I think like you've been working with Ben, and you have the concern about the Google Map icons. So with that, actually, perhaps that's a good segue. Elena, did you want to show us with a screen share the detail of the kind of the concern you had with the issue you were working on?
Yes, of course. Actually, I can show what we're talking about with Ben yesterday, because I opened both sites, and actually I can demonstrate what is going on.
Great, yeah.
So now I'm sharing my screen.
Yep.
I hope it is visible. And when we were talking with you about Google Maps, so here we have this list of organizations. Here we have the map. So when we move mouse over, actually we can see that this pop-up icon, bright red, is moving also around the map. So actually, how it's going on, and in this case, person understand where it is, this organization located among all of this which are represented on the map. So, like we have 5 or even more, and while we are moving while we mouse over a certain organization, so the relevant pop-up appears. And
Absolutely.
now, if we look, actually, this is the official, it's site, production site. You can see that this opportunity, volunteer opportunities map, it also has a lot of icons. So actually, and I think then we are going to add this mouse over now about centering. It's and actually that was an idea that because I at the beginning thought that it would be nice to just zoom in, and so it's like it's more noticeable what
Right.
about. But Ben is correct, and I agree with him that actually the map should provide users with idea where it is located. And when we zoom in very much, it's not so understandable because we have just some piece of road.
Yeah.
It's not so easy to get where it is located. And so we were thinking, what should actually, okay, we can center, for example, if we add the centering to put center and move around, but still, if there are a lot of these icons, simple centering does not do the task of providing the idea where this organization is. So we were thinking, should perhaps this existing icons change their color or anything? So should we demonstrate that this process is going on? So we are moving, because here it is visible.
Yes. Yes.
This icon is moving too, and here perhaps it's not so visible because adding icon because it already has this triangle item, and or maybe
yeah. So I think I understand. Very clear explanation, Olena. Yeah, no, I totally understand. And I think that the idea that we had originally was that the way that it pops up the kind of information section was going to be the thing that kind of would be an alternative for that. So I guess the way I would oh, that's wrong. I'm sorry. The way I would characterize it is that just centering the map probably isn't enough. Like in the long run, but I think it would still be an improvement over what we have now. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, what I'm imagining is that if we have the mouse over so that the map just centered, that it's still ambiguous, but it's something. It's like one step of the way, and then the next step for me, I mean, we could be changing the color, or we could be highlighting or doing something else. I mean, I had been imagining that as we moused over, that it would pop up the item. Actually, I noticed there that the right, this is the production side. I was thinking that this angle being that mismatch there was maybe a problem with the pull request that you have, but it looks like that's actually a bug that we've got on the site. I guess the issue that we had in your version is that then if you started moving around, they wouldn't switch off. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting question there. Like, I absolutely agree with you. From the usability point of view, we want a good way of like indicate exactly as in the Google Maps that you're showing, to make it really clear which is the item. I guess from a software engineering point of view, I'm keen to see a small pull request that just does the centering and get that merged in. We don't have to push that into production immediately, but that can be there, and then we can build something on top of it. which might be dealing with the pop-up better, or as you're saying, I mean, like, I'll speak to the client tomorrow and show her the different things, and we might have input from the client about, you know, the way she would like to see the problem solved. Does that make sense?
Of course. That's a great idea. So, okay, tomorrow I think we schedule it for a programming session. We will proceed and complete this part about mouse over and map centering, and then create pull request. So I think I delete existing one and create one new. And after that, I think we will wait until the final decision how it should looks like will arrive and do according to it.
Excellent, great. Glad we've been able to cover that. Fantastic, and I guess we definitely. I don't, if someone could check, have we got a bug ticket for this pop-up being slightly off? You can all see what I don't know if you can see what I mean here, but the little, it certainly was in the past, but the little triangle here, you know, used to come out of the bottom of the little pin, and they're kind of mismatched, aren't they? So if someone could just check Pivotal Tracker and check for me, maybe Ray, if you could just have a look through for me and see if Pivotal Tracker's got a bug for that, and if there isn't, maybe file one.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent, thanks, Ray. Great stuff. And we've had Stella join us. Stella, so great to have you here. How are you doing?
Fine. How are you guys?
Yeah, I think we're doing all right. We're doing all the better for having you with us. Yeah, so we've just been going through before, you know, different issues that people might have had. I guess I know we've got a meeting time, you know, maybe we need to change the meeting time. Is there anything else blocking you or that you need?
I think the meeting time can still remain. I decided to be leaving earlier by like 1 hour, so that by 6:30.
Okay, great. So we can leave it for that for the moment. Now I've got your pull request. The events one is ready. Are you looking for something new to work on?
Not yet, but I'll look at it.
Okay, all right. Is anything blocking you?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, so looking for new things soon. Okay, right. So I think we've covered Ben and Olena's issues there. Sigurd was just checking in with us. So we've got, if we come to it now, Ray, were you maybe talking about possibility of pairing with Stella before?
Yeah, I think we were discussing that last week, but then I didn't end up getting it set up.
So yeah, and it looks like that Stella might be looking for a new task to work on. So
all right,
you know, we'll see. I guess this is probably a good segue into just like, let's have a quick review of the board, of the Pivotal Tracker board, and check where we are. Because I'm going to be going through this with the client tomorrow, and then maybe I can finish up with a couple of just tips about good pull request actions. Michael's here as well. Hey, Michael. Ooh.
Hello.
Big, busy local support scrum here. So yeah, we're just going through the board to see what's going on. Gosh, Pivotal's being slow. Here we go. So I thought Lee was going to join us today. He's been asking lots of questions, but anyway. So we've got this actually. So now this incorporate reach skill volunteer opportunities, that is on staging, and that's going to go. I'm hoping that's. Well, I'm going to get permission from the client to take that onto production. Let's put that. It's in the finished state. One thing is, generally we never press the green accept until the client. That's kind of a client decision whether they decide to accept it or reject it. And deliver means to go live on production. It doesn't mean, you know, just to get the pull request in or what have you. We click finish. Is usually something that I will click when I've merged the pull request, or there's kind of a setup that we have. If you have the right kind of commit message in your pull request, when the pull request is merged, then it will be automatically closing the item in Pivotal Tracker. So I just want to draw everyone's attention to our contributing doc. And this is something yes, let's go and find this contributing. So we've got our contributing.md. So there's a sort of a series of standards that we have about to try and, if we try and make the branch name from your pull request start with the number of the pivotal tracker ticket. And you can always go, so if you were about to work on say like there, we've got this one here. So actually this is one of the, we were voting on this the other day, Stella, this is one of the code climate issues that came from yours. So you can always click on this little button ID there. So if if anyone had decided to start working on that, you can go and I've got my local support over here. Here it is. Make it bigger. We can. So we can do like git checkout -b, and then we've got the ID number and the ticket, and then we would say what have you. So that's the standard way to create the branch. And always, you want to update your develop branch to do that. That's this contributing MD, and then so when it doesn't have to be in all of the git commits, but particularly when if your final git commit, if you add a little chunk like this with the square brackets and then finishes and this number, what that means is that when I or someone else, usually me, merges the pull request in local support, then it will automatically mark the ticket as finished. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
Great. And so, don't worry if I know you're like, there's so many different things to learn and everything. If you don't manage to do that the first time around, but that's something to kind of go towards. I'll just pop that into, it's sort of doing that. It helps us keep the board kind of up to date. And I guess actually I also mentioned another thing which is sort of emerging, which I should add to here, is about code climate. And I think everybody understands, the code climate. Yeah, is anybody not used code climate before or seen the code climate things and been a bit confused? Any questions at all about code climate?
I have not.
Is that Ben? Yeah. So
yes, it's bad. Yes.
Yeah. So it's code climate is this system that runs automatically on our pull requests, and we can have a look here. Like, so for example, this is we've got Stella's, but it could be anyone's. And what it does is it uses some automated systems like Rubocop and others to just sort of check through for certain sorts of styles and things. And so it gives, as well as, so we have like a test coverage thing runs, and then we have a continuous integration thing that runs and checks all the tests pass. And then, so sometimes we'll see like here, there's like a couple of issues. And the important thing to remember is that these are automated, and it doesn't mean like bad. It's like, sometimes they need to be ignored. Sometimes we fix them, sometimes we don't. It's always kind of a question. They're kind of like little reminders about code quality and so on. And sometimes, we can, the thing we might do is just switch them off, or we might have a discussion about them. What we've got into the habit of doing is that, if you get code climate issues on your pull request and you don't want to fix them, which is perfectly reasonable, everybody's volunteers, we're not here to follow like a robot telling us what to do all the time, is if you do get them and you want the pull request merged in, then the critical thing to do is to take the individual code climate things and add them as refactoring tickets into the system in the icebox. So you can see we did that the other day. This one was with one of this is actually the Rails validation there. We had a little vote on that the other day. And so, yeah, what we stick that into there. What I would also say is as well, let's make, once we've done that, so that I know that they're recorded somewhere, is we add them in here as links into to a code climate issue here like this. And then if you want me to merge your pull request and you want me to ignore the code climate issues, then just put links in like that for each individual code climate issue, and then I'll know, okay, at least we've got a record that was a problem and someone else can fix it, and then I go ahead and merge. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. And I'll try and add, I'll let please I'll add a note there about, to the contributing about that. It's sort of a new thing that we've evolved. Okay, so yeah, that's all the stuff that's being worked on. We've got new versions of that. So yeah, I guess people are looking for new things to work on. Now I'm getting confused. So Stella, the one that we've got from you, the events one here, this is for it's to add an event. So we don't have the list events yet. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's several here that if people could be working on. So like there's this one, the view the list of upcoming events could be worked on. Yeah, there's I think particularly it was Ray was looking for you. I mean, Ray, particularly I think if you collaborated with Stella, this like view the list of upcoming events, this would be a great, like Stella's worked on several of the event tickets before.
Okay, yeah, that could be really good.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I guess other things going on. Yeah, and there's lots of refactoring tickets if people need more stuff to work on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it's like ideally things don't go into the backlog until they've actually been voted on. So I might just move those ones back over here. The idea is that we can see the current work, how everybody's doing on their individual things here. This is the list of all the things that could be worked on. I guess maybe we should, and this one I think becomes no longer relevant. I'm going to move that back there for the moment. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've got to go off to another meeting soon. So, and we've kind of used most of the time on every second week. What we should be doing is moving into like voting on new tickets and helping to assign people. But I think, yeah, we've got so Ray and Stella would work on the events list. Elena and Ben are continuing to work on the map list integration. So I think we're kind of set up. So I've managed to say the things that I wanted to say about the project flow. I think I've got an action item for myself, which is like to finish up that add notes. Does anybody else have any questions or anything I can help with, or anything else we need to organize?
Are we going to vote on that?
Going to vote on which one? The
list of upcoming events.
We could do actually. Yeah, I think we voted on it before, but this is one of the things we voted on it with like people who are maybe not here. So maybe we could do a quick revote on that. Yeah, let's do that. That would be a great thing to do, just for some people who haven't been involved in voting before, and so on and so forth. So we had as part of the AV 102 course, lots of people coming in and doing voting, and so sort of experimentally voting on things. Not ideal when what's the word? This is like list events that ideally the people voting are the people involved in actually making the ticket. So. Or actually working on it. So now, Stella, already you've added, what is it? The ability to add an event. And what was the other one that you did already?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did adding an event. Did you do something else as well? I thought you did two features on events.
One was on the many lines.
Oh yeah.
And the other one was on the present thing, the one that had been voted on last time.
Okay, right. And so we already have an event thing in the database, and so this ticket here is just about creating a view to list those events, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. So we've got a couple of stories here as a member of public, so that I can find out what's going on in my area. I would like to see a list of upcoming events, and we've sort of got a thing here that we should check the current date and then display in terms of which upcoming event is happening soonest. So what we want to do is try and vote on this as whether it's simple, medium, or hard. Where of course, what simple is 1 point, medium is 2 points, hard is 3 points. Does anybody have any questions about this? Implementing the list events feature?
Yeah, this is Ben. My question is, are those events bounded by geography? That is, because the question is my area. So how do I know? That just seems like the only open thing in there.
Yeah, I think we haven't. It's definitely that they're going to have locations associated with them, but we haven't associated locations yet. So there's another feature which is called Events Map, which is coming up.
Okay.
But I think for the time being, again, this process of I'm always really keen to split down into what's the smallest thing that we can deliver that gives us some value. We can probably say that what's the word? We can probably say yes, that it's going to be. We don't have to worry about location yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions about this feature? If not, it looks like Stella's gone for her vote. So if we're in the local support channel, we can go in there and vote. Looks like, yeah, oh, happy voting. Everybody ready with that votey finger. I've got to vote myself. I'll vote in the privacy of my other window over here. All right. And let's, we've got lots of votes. We've got 5 votes, and that's 6 votes. Yeah, let's go and reveal that. So let's see now. All right. So we've got a majority consensus there for a simple, and Ben going for medium. What we tend to do is if there's an outlier, we kind of ask them for justification. And I know that might feel a bit cruel, Ben, but it's, it's all good and we're all friends here, and there's no, the whole point of these things is to kind of just expose underlying differences in assumptions and so on. You were thinking medium more than simple because of is it familiarity with the code base, or just
that, and also I didn't want to be off by more than 1.
Yeah, sure. Good stuff. Yeah. So I guess then, I mean, I think, would you be willing to go with the consensus?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Good stuff. And yes, it's definitely, it certainly would take someone who's less familiar with the code base longer to do it. But I think we've got general agreement that nobody's alone in Agile Ventures. You have all of these people who have said that it's simple to help you if you happen to be working on it. But of course, you're not in the first instance. But thanks for taking part in the vote. That's great. We can go with putting this back into 1. And yeah, I guess here, what I'll do is I'll put in Stella there, and also Ray in here. And actually, I guess maybe Ray, are you not been added to the?
I think I'm on there. I'll double check.
Yeah. Let's make sure that you're connected in there, and we'll add you to it. And when you guys get started, do click start, and that'll move you into the current iteration column.
Okay, great.
All right, thanks everyone. I got to run off to my next meeting, and but I'll be on Slack. Questions, please keep asking in the local support channel. And great, good luck with all of your coding.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.